just hit record. This is me. My name's Clay. And right now, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I struggle with for the content creation. Right? This is my first video. I've been recording videos over and over and over again for the past few days, and I have made nothing worth posting, either because I get distracted, or I don't like the video, or I run out of things to talk about, or I can't figure out what to talk about. I don't like it, and I never write anything down. And I want to do this unscripted and as authentic as possible, just because I think that's the kind of content that I want to make. So, yeah. So right now, I'm just going to talk about the things that are stopping me. The things that make this difficult for me. And hopefully, there's somebody out there that can relate. This won't be very long, and I've got to get to work, so it's going to be quick. So, I don't know what it is. As soon as the camera turns on, I'm a different person. Well, that is if I'm recording, right? If there's someone else recording, it's super easy for me to be me, right? Because I'm an extrovert, right? I really, really get fueled by being around other people. Being by myself is really, really tough. And being myself by myself without talking to myself like a lunatic is very, very difficult, right? I know lunatics don't listen. I know just talking to yourself doesn't make you a lunatic, and I get all that. But that's not the point. The point is, it's tough for me to just sit with myself. And it's tough for me to just talk like I'm talking to another person without getting that kind of feedback. So, it's tough for me to do stuff when I'm by myself. I get energy and motivation and, a lot of things just by being around other people. So it's really tough. Another thing that I've been struggling with, like I said, as soon as the camera goes on, man, dude, I just keep talking in circles. See, this is it too. This is another thing. I since I don't have a script, since I'm just kind of putting this out there and just kind of running it off the cuff, I run out of stuff to talk about, and my brain kind of stops working. Weird, right? It's weird talking to people that aren't there. It's weird talking to a camera when there's nobody behind it. It just is what it is, man. That's tough, and it's something that I have to get used to, and I understand that, but this is my starting point. I guess everybody starts somewhere, right? So, everyone that's ever been good at something sucked at one point. Michael Jordan couldn't dribble a basketball at some point in his life, right? Bill Gates didn't know jack about computers at some point in his life, okay? Some of us are starting a little later, but as they say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. And I'm feeling a lot of that right now. I've left my other videos up on my channel, like from back when I was a kid. I was about 15, 16 when I made those videos, and I was really trying hard just to get attention, just to be liked, to do what's popular, to do the kind of content that I wanted to make, which was just silly, stupid video game content. Video games were huge. I enjoyed playing them. I was kind of new to them. I had only been playing them for 2-3 years at that point. And it shifted me to a mindset that I had for, gosh, 7, 8 years. That I now I look back and I wasted that entire time. You know, playing with a box, playing on TV. My dad would tell me my whole life, everybody around me. You know, technology is designed. It is designed to create dependence. It's not designed to make our lives easier. No. It's designed to create dependence and take our attention away from the real world. And in doing so, it makes us dependent upon not only the technology, but the people that make it, and the people that regulate it, and the people that sell it. It makes it hard to escape. The Matrix is society. Society is the Matrix. Now, listen, I have seen the Matrix, but I'm not a media guy. Okay, I'm not gonna remember much about movies, TV shows, music, anything really. I'm a very present, real world type of person. I get sucked in by the cheap dopamine all the time, man. The video games, TikTok, Instagram Reels, just it's there. It's right there in front of you, and it's so easy just to, you know. But I've come across some great channels lately that are like, stop scrolling. You know, they're those channels that tell you to stop scrolling, and they bait you in by some super popular meme video, and then they're like, wait a minute, what are you doing? Do you remember the last 5 videos you just saw? Of course you don't. Of course you don't. You've just been sitting there scrolling for 2 hours, and then the time melts away, and all you've done is give your attention to products, services, brands, and people that don't matter. And that's all you've done for however long, right? I'll admit, I've spent days, like in a depression, I have spent days just tell you the story. I lost my dream job 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was into one of the worst depressions of my life, and so much so that I wouldn't even sleep in my own bed. I would sleep on the couch, in front of the TV. I never turned the TV on. I was on my phone the whole time, just scrolling. Maybe I'd eat, maybe I wouldn't, maybe I'd get up and go to the bathroom. But then I'd eventually just fall asleep scrolling. And I'd wake up and I'd keep doing it. That toasted my phone battery, by the way. Like, it was plugged in the whole time. And the depression lasted about 4 months. The scrolling didn't. I downloaded TikTok. It's popular. It had been a thing for a couple years, and I'd heard about it, but I downloaded it just for something to look at, something to do, something to play with. And I didn't really spend much time on it until the depression. And the depression hit, and I just got sucked in, man. And I didn't get off of it up until like just this past year. 2024, finally got rid of TikTok. But now every other social media app has like a mini TikTok built in. Instagram and Facebook Reels. YouTube's got their shorts. You know, that's all I have. So I'm not all over the place, but it wouldn't surprise me if Twitter introduced its own version. It's super, super easy just to get sucked into that short form video content. And I don't want to be that, man. I want to put myself out there as a real person, somebody that faces a lot of the same struggles that you might face. You know, life's hard. It is, but it's the challenges that make life rewarding, right? If life was good all the time, it would be boring. Like, legitimately. You think, like, if you're in a tough spot, you think, oh my gosh, I would love for life to be easy. People that have an easy life, they have to distract themselves with made up problems. They have to invent challenges, and oftentimes those made up challenges are like you can't solve them, right? So you spend your life trying to solve made up challenges that are not solvable, trying to control things that are not controllable, and you finally die having done nothing to worry about made up BS when your life was perfectly comfortable and happy, but you didn't sit around to enjoy it because you had to fill it with, you have to fill that void of challenge with some made up problems. I much prefer to live a simple life that comes with the challenges, because these challenges that are worth solving, every time you solve them, you can be like, yes, and it fuels you, it lights a fire under you, and it motivates you to do more. And I've got ADHD, I've got the autism, like, bro, I'm there, I get it. You know, I've been majorly depressed. I'm thankful enough to not have clinical depression. But like, everybody's got their shit, you know? Everybody's gonna struggle. Everybody's gonna have their problems, and that's just how it is. Even the neurotypicals. The neurotypicals, they've got their problems too. Yeah? Sometimes those problems are, their problems are different, right? They've got them. They've got them. All that to say, right? Life's hard. It's kind of meant to be hard, right? Ever since the first inception of life, it has been a fight for survival. And we as humans have lulled ourselves into a false sense of security, thinking that it's no longer a fight for survival. We're just entitled to survive, and everything else around us needs to serve that purpose. But that's not where you find joy. That's not where you find purpose. That's not where you find perpetual happiness. Perpetual happiness does not exist, because it can't exist without hardship. It can't. Anyway, I've done a lot of rambling for about 15 minutes now, and I feel a lot better about the video camera that's in front of me. But there's a lot left to do, right? I still need to organize my thoughts a little better. I need to try and avoid that circular conversation. Because if I don't have someone to talk to, I talk in circles. So it'll get better, but this is step one. And I think everybody out there who comes across this video, I think you could benefit just from taking step one. Thanks, guys. Have a blessed day.